In this video, we will check how to do Doppler measurements for vascular studies. Here we have carotid. I rescan myself the proximal CCA. So I want to do the peak systolic and end diastolic measurements, and I want to use the label measurements so I can see those results in the final report of the system, okay? So to do the measurements, we use the measurement key here. Then the caliper is over here, okay? So that caliper is a free caliper, so it's a generic caliper. So it means that that velocity will not be assigned to any specific segment of the arteries, okay? So I can move my caliper and select, and you see the velocity here, but it won't be assigned to any specific segment of the carotid. So that's why we want to use the label measurements. So the label measurements are over here. So you can see right, proximal, CCA, ICA, ECA, all the different segments that you might want to measure, okay? So how do we select the measurements we want to do? The easiest way to do that is to use the left menu key, which is this key right here, okay? When you select this key, see what happens, you know. The moment I click there, you see now I have this arrow over here, okay? That will allow me to select which segment I want to use. I only need to move my trackball up and down, okay? So very easy. So by default, the machine is already in right, proximal. So I just need to click here on the CCA. When I mean click, is the right bottom. This is our click bottom, our set bottom, okay? So when I click there, you see now the name of the velocity changes. Now the name is right, proximal, CCA, peak systolic. So that's what the machine is doing now. It's doing peak systolic. Now we put it in auto sequence. So it will do peak systolic and then it will go in auto sequence to end diastolic. So my caliper over here is waiting for me now to measure the peak systolic. So I use my trackball to move the caliper, put it in the peak systole, and then click set. Okay, when I click set, you see the machine already accepted that value and then goes to the next value, which is end diastolic. So my caliper, when I move the trackball, I see my caliper is free and I can go to the end diastolic velocity and I can click set. And when I click set, then the machine is closing the CCA menu that was open now and it's giving me the results here. So right proximal CCA, peak systolic, right proximal CCA, end diastolic. Those results are being copied in the report. So if I click report here, okay, you will see that we already have right CCA, proximal peak systolic, and proximal end diastolic velocities, okay? If I go to the summary here, you will see them in a different layout where you can see proximal CCA, peak systolic and diastolic, right and then left here. So let me do the left side now quicker, okay? So you see how it works. I will click exit here to go out of the report. I will click exit. So I will delete these measurements from here. I will click the erase key here. So now it's free. So let's pretend this Doppler waveform now is the left proximal CCA. I will do it faster now. I click measure, okay? Then I click left menu key. Now my arrow is here. I can select left. I use the set bottom here to select. I select left, then proximal is already selected and CCA. So the system already opened the left proximal CCA peak systolic caliper, which is over here. I go measure my peak systolic and the machine goes automatically to end diastolic. So I just need to move my trackball and measure the end diastolic. When I click set, you will see how this menu will close, okay? Boom, it's closed. And you see a check mark here. That means that you already made some measurements there. So you see the results, left proximal CCA, peak systolic, left proximal CCA, end diastolic. So those measurements are being sent to the report. So if I click report, then you see we have now right CCA, proximal, peak systolic and diastolic, left CCA, proximal, peak systolic and diastolic. If I click on summary here, you will see those measurements side by side, you know, proximal CCA, peak systolic and diastolic, right and left, side by side, so you can easily compare, okay? And if you want to take a picture of the report, you can also do that using the P1 key, the same key we use for the pictures, and you will see that that picture of the report is being copied in the system memory, okay? It will be transmitted to the PACS along with all the images of the study. Okay, that's it. That's the way we measure Doppler. We do Doppler measurements using label measurements. So you just need to follow the order here, and remember to select the segment before measuring, okay? So if you're doing distal, click left, distal, then CCA. And then the machine will give you the label annotation, which is nice because you have the name of the segment here. So you don't need to be doing annotations here, with the name of the segment. So it's already there, all right? Thank you.